Hey guys, in this comprehensive Capture One course, we'll be covering every aspect of Capture One from start to finish. And with no further ado, let's get started. So for the first step, we are going to create a new catalog. So click on New Catalog. Now you give it a name. For this, we are going to name this CC, which stands for Capture One course. Then the location, you can leave the location at default, or you click on this three dot button right here to choose the folder where you want to save your new catalog to. And when you're okay with that, you can select the folder. But for this, we are going to cancel it. Now click on OK. So if this is your first time in Capture One, this is the interface you're going to see. So just come and click on Import Images. Now click on Choose Folder. Go to the folder where your image file is, click on it, Review for import. Now click on Image, just like this. Now import one image into Capture One. Right here you see no images selected, so click on this image to select it. Capture One basically has 4 interface elements. The first is the 2-tab bar. You have the cursor tools, we have the image browser, and then right here we have the viewer. So we are going to cover every aspect of this interface element from start to finish. We also have the menu tab right here, which has different functions we are going to cover. So stick around as we go from start to finish. The first area is the toolbar area that contains all the adjustments we are going to be applying on this image. Capture One basically has 2 methods of editing and processing your image. The first is the general editing and processing, where every adjustment you make affects every area of the image. The second is the targeted adjustment or the selected adjustment, where you mark a particular area and then you make specific adjustment to that area. So we are going to cover the first type of editing in Capture One, which is the general overall editing, where we balance this image to get the best information out of the raw image before we go on to edit the image using selected adjustment. So for the first section, we are going to explore the exposure tool tab. Now we have the histogram. It shows all the tonal values in your photo. So this is the histogram, and it contains all the information concerning the pixels. And when you make adjustments, you can see that it will also affect this histogram right here. Right here in the histogram, you can see right now that we have higher bars in this left corner, which is the dark point or the black point of your image, which is the shadow area. And then for the white point, which is the right side of the histogram, we have less information, which indicates that the image is slightly underexposed. So when we go through the editing, when we go and balance things out, you see that this graph is going to stretch out to show that the tonal values have now been balanced across the tonal range of the image. So for the histogram, we are going to skip the layers and the style brush, which is used for targeted adjustment, and we are going to come right here to white balance. So for the white balance, we can use the white balance to achieve neutral gray and have natural colors in our image. And for the white balance, you can see right here we have this magic wand that you can use to auto white balance your image. So if you click on it like this, Capture One is going to automatically make adjustments to the white balance. And if you're okay with that, you can use that. If you are not okay, we'll go on to manually adjust this. So you can see this. You can copy the white balance setting from this image and apply it to another image. You can also reset the white balance. Let's click on reset. So we've reset the white balance. And now from here we go on to the mode. The mode is on short right now, which is exactly how it is from when we took this image. You can set it to auto, which is the same thing as clicking on this auto button right here, or you can set it to daylight, shades, cloud, or any of the other presets. But most times we are going to leave it on shoot, and we are going to manually make adjustments. The Kelvin slider here, in other raw processing software, this is called the temperature slider. It basically warms the image or cools the image. So if your image is originally looking too warm, you can cool it off by moving the slider to the left. And if your image is originally too cool, you can warm it up by moving the slider to the right. And if it doesn't need any of these adjustments, you can just leave it as it is from shoot. So for this, we are going to adjust it to 400. So if you have a style, a particular style, it involves every adjustment you make. So for this image, I'm going to leave it at 4,000. So 4,000. The tint slider can be used to add green to the image or add purple to the image. So if your image is looking greenish, you can move it to the right to add purple to your image. And if your image has too much purple in it, you can move it to the left to add green to it. For this image, we are going to move it to the right, and we are going to move it to the value of 4. So because we are going for a particular style, we'll move the tint to 4. Like this. Another thing in the white balance we are going to take note of is the hand picker tool, the eyedropper tool right here. You can use it to pick the gray area of the image, or let me say the place that is supposed to be gray. And for portrait like this, the eye is the area that is most close to gray. So you can click on the eye and it's going to automatically adjust the white balance for you. But for this image, we are going to manually impute 4,000, and the tint we are going to impute 4, just like this. Impute 4. So that is all there is to white balance. From white balance, we are going to go on to exposure. For the exposure, you can see it also has auto, copy, and reset, and presets. Very similar to the white balance buttons. For the exposure, you can see there's this exposure slider that basically increases the brightness of the overall image or reduces the brightness. So if your image is underexposed, you can increase the brightness like this. If your image is overexposed, you can reduce the brightness. For this, we are going to slightly increase the brightness, since the histogram is indicating that the image is slightly underexposed. So we increase the brightness like this. So this is the contrast. If you move the contrast slider to the right, your image is going to become more dramatic. If you move it to the left, it's going to flatten your image. For this stage of the editing, you are not going to move the contrast at all. You are going to leave the value at 0. Now the brightness slider is going to increase the brightness of your image. If you move the brightness slider like this, it's going to increase the brightness of your image. If you move it to the left, it's going to reduce the brightness of your image. It's very similar to the exposure. For this image, we are going to move it slightly to the left. Now we have the saturation. If you increase the saturation, it's going to increase the saturation of the overall image. If you move it to the right, you can see the value increases to 100. And if your image is originally undersaturated, you can increase the saturation. If it's oversaturated, you can reduce the saturation, just like this. For this image, we're going to increase the saturation slightly. Increase the saturation to 10. So that is all there is to exposure. Now we'll move on to high dynamic range. solid color profile. Then for the quality, I'm going to change it to by cubic sharper for a sharper image. You can see how sharp our image is right now. Very sharp. Then you're going to click on save. Find a folder where you want to save. And your image has been saved to that area. So this is the end of the retouching course. If you have any inquiry, you can reach out to me on Instagram. If you have my WhatsApp, you can contact me on WhatsApp. Also, for those of you that are very busy, we offer retouching services. That is, you can send us your image and then we edit them for you. High-end retouching at a very affordable rate. So even after learning this, if you want us, we can edit your images for you. Just reach out to me on Instagram. If there are other stuff you need, you can reach out to me on Instagram. If you have any question, you can ask me on Instagram. See you in another one.